Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and I want to talk about the 2024 film Elevation. It is a science fiction action adventure film, and there are spoilers for the film in this content. So this film starred Anthony Mackie and Morena Baccarin. Okay, Anthony Mackie is the brand new Captain America. He also played Falcon in the Avengers in the MCU, right? And he's a good actor. I like him. He did a fine job in this. Morena Baccarin is phenomenal in this. So Morena Baccarin, I know her from two things. I know her from Firefly. I loved her in Firefly. She played a lady of the evening in Firefly. She was really fantastic. I think that's the best role she ever did, other than this film. This film far surpasses anything she did in Firefly. She also stars today as Deadpool's girlfriend, right? Which probably a lot more people saw her in that. But what I want to talk about today is the strong female protagonist. Okay, so first of all, the reason why we're talking about this is Morena Baccarin has portrayed the strongest female protagonist, most well portrayed that I have ever seen in any film. It is perfect. It is perfect as a strong female protagonist, and it's historically important. All right, so why is it important? Well, first of all, the strong female protagonist has become a ridiculous, laughable joke. It has not worked out, right? It's just a trope. It's a bad trope at this point, right? And it really hasn't worked out. So I think, like 20 years ago, the strong female protagonist came forward. We got a few, swipes at the concept. And I think there's been along the road, there's been a couple, strong female protagonists that are good, that you can kind of get on board with, or that you might like, right? I'll mention a few. I really liked the Tomb Raider movie that was done after Angelina Jolie. I did not think she did a good job with it. But there was another Tomb Raider movie. It was a single standalone Tomb Raider. It wasn't meant to be. It was probably meant to be a trilogy, but people just didn't respond to it. But that was extremely good. I really liked that one. The other thing is, I think Lucy Liu has done. Lucy Liu's character in Charlie's Angels, I thought that was extremely well done. There's been a few, right? And so along the years, we've gotten a few good, strong female protagonists. At this point, it's become a laughable, ridiculous joke, right? And the reason why is it's cookie cutter at this point, right? So what's a strong female protagonist? First of all, no romance ever. They don't kiss anybody. They don't care about anybody. They don't love anybody, unless, right? Yeah, right. But and again, it's frustrating, right? So and yeah, so it's just a bad. So one, the anti-romance part is just, it's played out, right? Like, and the reason why is, I think Hollywood's come to believe that if a woman shows love to anyone but a child, right, that like a mother to daughter or a mother-son relationship, it makes them weak. I don't agree with that. I really don't believe that at all, right? But I really feel like that's been portrayed strongly from Hollywood, right? The other one is they have to emasculate men. Like, that's a huge one. That is, and yeah, perfect example, right? The new Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, Galadriel, right? Like, literally, like, hey, everybody, I'm Galadriel. I wear a dress. I never wear any armor. Every now and then, a sword's going to appear in my hand. I never carry it. I'll just take one of the soldiers around me, their sword, right? And I'm the only person in the elf nation who can ever fight, right? All these male elves who have full clad armor and have a sword as well, they're all useless. And they'll all get, and I'll just kick the enemies and they'll fall over. But these guys will swing their swords and charge and bring in destriers, and none of it will matter, right? Because I'm a strong female protagonist, right? Like, and I think, and that is like the pinnacle of the worst strong female protagonist ever put on film. It's so bad. Although Angelina Jolie's Tomb Raider is pretty bad too. And there's lots of other examples of like just really bad strong female protagonists. None of that is here. This is a phenomenal character. So Morena Baccarin comes. She has a family, right? She has a husband she loves. She has a daughter she loves. She has a kid that she loves. All of them, and she's still a strong female protagonist, right? She has problems that she overcomes. She's not perfect. She has all she's a drunk in the show. She's just like complete alcoholic, right? And she's super smart. She's incredibly ruthless. She wants revenge, right? And get this, how does she kill things? She shoots them with a gun, right? Because she weighs 120 pounds. She doesn't walk up and knock out 280-pound men with, a single punch, right? It's just so she's a strong female protagonist and she kills people with guns because, she weighs 120 pounds and she's not going to be able to fight anybody. Right? But she doesn't need to because she has a gun, right? It is so extremely well executed. It is really, in my opinion, flawless. This is the best depiction of a strong female protagonist that I have ever seen. It thoroughly repudiates, right, every single checkbox Hollywood has heaped onto the platform that was the strong female protagonist, right? Now, what's really wild is, and so it's a phenomenal depiction of a strong female protagonist. Why is that important to Dungeons & Dragons? Well, guess what? In Dungeons & Dragons, what's really wild, first of all, we're all going to be running strong female protagonists, right? There are no weak adventurers, right? And actually, you can have a -8 in your, in your strength, but at the end of the day, adventurers have agency. They solve their own problems. Every female played as a Dungeons & Dragons character is going to be a strong female protagonist, right? What's really interesting, though, is they're played by both men and women, right? And the reality is this is the perfect template to get playing a strong female protagonist right? And the reality is this is desperately needed, right? Because of Critical Role. I think Keyleth, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Look at Keyleth, Vex, and Vax. I'm sorry. Look at Keyleth, Vex, and Pike, right? Absolutely abominable bit to it. Actually, here's another one, right? So all three of these are we're supposed to buy them as adventures, right? But what ends up happening, right? Pike, oh, I lost all my faith in my god. You kind of need that as a cleric. I guess you're just going to suck now, right? And that's exactly what she does. She sucks through the show, right? Keyleth, hey, I'm a super good druid, but I got really low self-esteem. Not a strong female protagonist. I guess I just suck now? Yeah, exactly. And then Vex, right? Strong female protagonist, falls in love with Percy, and then acts like a jerk. And Percy says, hey, I love you. And she's like, you can kick rocks. You suck. Bye. You're dead. Right? So she actually is a good, strong female protagonist. But let's make sure we check every Hollywood box. I have to make sure that I'm not actually attracted to anyone or have any successful romances. Right? Because that would make me weak. To love a man would make me weak. So they don't. They don't let Vex love Percy. He's like, hey, I love you. And she's like, you suck. Thanks for telling me you love me. I don't love you. You can go kick rocks. Hope you die. Oh, guess what? Next day you did die. There we go, right? Because I'm a strong female protagonist, and there was a possibility that I could love this man, so he'd better die. And he does. Percy literally dies in season 3 so that the Hollywood checkbox of strong female protagonists can have 0 successful relationships, romantic relationships, is fulfilled. It's just absolute garbage. 3 women playing 3 strong female protagonists, not one of them are actually strong, right? It sucks so much. And this is my point. We are filled to the brim with bad depictions of strong female protagonists in Dungeons & Dragons, and this needs to end. How do we end it? Run a strong female protagonist templated off of Morena Baccarin's character in 2024 Elevation, right? And I could tell you every single attribute of it, but there's no point in that. You just need to see the film, right? And so this is a fantastic 5 out of 5 star film. It is the perfect template to run a strong female protagonist in Dungeons and Dragons. Do not miss this thing. Get out, watch it. Really, this is the best template for running a strong female protagonist. Whether you're a man doing it, or whether you're a woman doing it, or whether you're a Critical Role star doing it, right? Everybody needs to see this, in my humble opinion. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.